My screen. Hopefully you can. Now, the 5 daily actions to boost your metabolism and to burn stubborn fat permanently. I want to really harp on this because a lot of times when people go out to lose weight, there's a 97% failure rate. That's a global statistic that came out this year that shows 97% of people that lose weight will actually gain it back, and even then some with a lot of cases. So I want to help you avoid this and actually like create this permanent result. So that's the basis of what we're going to talk about. And so I say, like, are you ready to press the faster button on your results? Because the metabolism is a lot like your internal speedometer. And so when we can get it functioning at its full capacity, you're going to actually be able to convert like your body's fat into energy. You're going to release fat cells, and you're going to be able to actually get yourself into a lean state year round. And so I like to think about this as like hitting the nitrous oxide boost on your, like if you had it in a car, to really speed things up and so that you can actually gain control over your body. And so when you fix your metabolism, I want to make this very, very clear. When you fix your metabolism, the fat will fall off, like hands down. And I'm going to show you why and how this works. And then the daily actions that I'm going to give to you to do are going to be the actual process of how you're going to make this happen for yourself. Now, just know that a damaged metabolism is like, I've been doing this now since 2012 full time. And one thing that I've found is about 90% of the people have a damaged metabolism to some extent. Some just have little minor damage that can be fixed fairly quickly. Some have a pretty extensive damage over the years of doing different diets and a lot of cardio, which we're going to kind of get into. I call it hamster wheel island. Okay. And I'm telling you this before we get into the daily actions, because this will give you context to why the actions are actually going to work for you. And so hamster wheel island is when you're doing, and there's no judgment here because I used to live on hamster wheel island, thank you very much. But it's when you're doing yo-yo diets, when you're told to eat under 1,200 calories for women, 1,500 for men. Like a lot of these fad diets that are out there right now, like, I mean, you name them. I can name drop some, like Weight Watchers and keto and Herbalife. A lot of these things are like Band-Aids. Like I like to think about this like putting a Band-Aid on an open severe wound, right? Yes, they're going to help you lose some weight, of course, just like a Band-Aid is going to stop some bleeding on a severe wound, but it's not actually fixing the real problem at hand, which is the damaged metabolism, the broken metabolism. And so oftentimes when you stop those diets, because they're not sustainable, you're not going to do them forever, you're going to gain the weight back. And this can also be attributed to, which we're going to get into today, not enough protein in your diet, too much cardio, overtraining, generic workouts, a lot of different things that we're going to get into. So this is in our 5-day metabolic jumpstart challenge. If you haven't already done that challenge, shoot me a message here or shoot me a comment, say the words 5-day below, and I'll shoot you the guidebook that you can actually have and review for yourself. It's a really cool challenge. So there's some other factors at play. And I promise we're going to get into the 5 actions in just a moment. All right, I'm not leaving you hanging, but I want to make sure that you're fully aware of this stuff because you have to be aware of this to understand how these actions are going to work in your life. So there's genetics that play a huge role, okay? Size, the bigger you are, the more energy that's required for you to stay alive. A lot of people think that you have to cut your calories super low. It's not always the case. Your age, sometimes you'll slow down, your metabolism shifts or your hormones shift. Your sex, if you're a man or a woman, men burn faster at a faster rate than women. If you have certain health issues like diabetes or thyroid, that plays a role in your metabolism. Lifestyle, like how stressed you are, how little or too much or whatever your sleep cycles are, your foods that you eat, and a lot more, and then your activity level, like which we're going to get into. And so I want to jump right into this right now because I trust that you understand. And if you can, if you're watching this live, or even if you're watching us on a replay, like I know many people watch this stuff on the replay, like doesn't matter when you're watching this, but let me know below if like just say, yes, I get it. If you understand what I'm talking about, because I really want to make sure that you get that part of the equation. So you're not like constantly going in hamster wheel island. So let me know in the comment section, because I need to make sure that I am being clear as a coach, as a teacher to you. So please let me know below, like just say, yes, I get it, just so I can make sure that I am clear on my message and that you're understanding, because it is so important for me to make sure that you understand this part of the equation. And so as we get into these 5 major factors, this is really going to determine the role in which your metabolism is going to be. So is it going to be too slow? Is it going to be too fast? Is it working optimally? Is it broken? Is it fixed? This is what's going to determine that. Okay. And like I mentioned before, if you would like to get on a phone call or have a conversation about actually getting support around these 5 areas as we dive into it, if you're tired of suffering in silence, if you're tired of being on Hamster Island like I was and like many people that I've helped were, just shoot me a message or a comment or whatever you want to do to say I am next, and I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation about how we can help you. Okay, so factor number 1, and this is, I'm starting with the obvious ones, and then we're going to get into the ones that you probably don't know much about, is a lot of people don't know the last 3. The first 2 you should know, but I want to make sure you know how to use them. So daily action number 1 is your food choices, right? And what I recommend you do, which I'm going to explain, I'm not going to leave you hanging, but it's using the Flex Fuel Nutrition, the 80-20 rule. So if you don't know what Flex Fuel Nutrition, this is my nutrition style, where you're eating a balanced whole foods-based diet with enough protein and fiber that you can actually boost your metabolism to keep you feeling full. Okay, and then obviously drinking enough water is going to make a huge impact. And so the 80-20 rule means that you should not diet. This is not a diet. In fact, this is the anti-diet. I do not believe in diets. Diets destroy your metabolism and they're band-aids. I will say that over and over again. So what we do is we have to get you to strategically design, or not design, but balance the right calories and macros for your specific needs. That's step number 1. You've probably heard me say this multiple times, and I'm going to continue to repeat it because this is exactly how you fix the problem and lose fat forever. There's not a secret to this. This is the secret. If you want it to be secret, this is freaking it. Okay, so this balances your hormones, which rids the body of fat cells. It acts just like a dump truck. When your hormones, your insulin levels are balanced, it literally just releases the trash out the bottom, hence your fat cells. This is how it works, okay? And if you haven't yet seen the training on Flex Fuel Nutrition, just I know I'm asking you to drop things, whatever, but drop Flex Fuel in the comment section below if you haven't yet seen that training, and I will send it to you as soon as I'm done with this training. But it'll tell you how to actually build this out, and of course, I can help you out one-on-one if you need it. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing that you need to do every day. And the 80-20 rule means that 80% of your day should be filled with whole, like real whole foods. 20%, and I kind of like to make this more weekly. You can get away with it daily as long as you're within your calories and macros. 20% of the time, you can eat whatever the heck you want to eat as long as it's within your framework, your nutrition framework. Okay, so if you would like to know more how that looks, I can shoot you that training over at your request. Action number 2, again, I'm starting with the 2 most obvious ones before I get into the ones that you probably don't know much about yet, but you will. And it's exercise, but not just any exercise, because all workouts will help you burn more calories. But the key here is strength training and high intensity interval training. These are going to be the most effective things that you can possibly do throughout your day, throughout your weeks, to actually fix your metabolism and to get rid of fat permanently. Cardio workouts are not intended for weight loss, for fat loss, okay? They're not intended for fat loss. So cardio is not gonna help you here, okay? Cardio is, yes, it's needed for your heart, for your longevity, but it is not, and I repeat, it is not a fat loss tool. So get rid of it out of your fat loss toolbox, if you will. This is what you need to do to actually have an effect. And I will beat this into people's heads until they actually do it, because strength training is the key to success here. Because the more lean muscle fibers that you could develop, and you're not going to get bulky, you know what I mean? It's just lean little muscle fibers. This is what's going to allow your body to shape itself and to get rid of fat. I call it the metabolism fixer upper, because it is truly what is fixing your metabolism. The cardio won't do it, and even lightweight training won't do it. You have to make sure it's progressive and you're constantly improving on it, okay? And so I always say that you should lift weights first and do HIIT cardio second, because you want to spare your energy, the most energy, for weight training. And then when you're tired, you could finish off with the HIIT training. A lot of people like to do it backwards, but you're not maximizing your results that way, and you're really wasting a lot of potential that you could have. So always do your weight training first and your HIIT cardio second, and even your slow pace cardio if you want to do that as well after weight training. Okay, and you should do this 3 times a week if you're a beginner, 5 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week if you're intermediate and advanced, okay? If you have any questions about how this looks and you want to know a little bit more about how like the actual workout should be structured, then shoot me a message or drop a comment and say MIT. Say the words MIT, because this will be a code word for me to know that you're looking for a workout structure. Okay. Daily action number 3. Daily action number 3. This right here is a life changer. A lot of people brush this off. They're like, yada, yada, yada. I know, but a lot of people don't know. You really don't know how much this can change your life. And I want you to really grasp action number 3. The last 2 actions that I'm going to share are also like life changing. Like, and I say this, I lean into the camera because I want you to know how passionate and how serious I am about these last actions that I'm going to tell you. Okay, this managing stress is literally keeping people overweight, and it's killing people. And I'm telling you, it's affecting your body's hormones. Okay, I can send you some research on this if you want to, if you're analytical and you want to see it. This is affecting your hormones, and it's inhibiting fat burning. And so think about it like this. In our nervous system, we have what's called the sympathetic nervous system, and we have what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is like the gas. It's like you're putting your foot on the gas. It's fight or flight. This is like when we're late for a work meeting, or when we're in traffic and there's somebody cuts us off, or we're rushing to a kid's game, or like most people's days are in like foot on the pedal. This is destroying you. And so I'm going to teach you right now the 4 mindset pillars that you should do daily in order to mitigate the stress from your life. Okay. And this is going to, I'm telling you, a lot of people just they can't fathom this, but when you can get the mindset piece down and control and manage your emotions and your stress, your little body will change. And so the mindset exercises, there's 4 mindset exercises that I want you to do. And I actually have an entire thing on this that I can send to you as well. In fact, at the end, I will offer you a little cheat sheet that has all of this stuff down here. But the magic mindset formula is going to be based on gratitude, meditation, visualization, and affirmations. And now this may not be the typical like kind of things that you think of when like you hear this. This is nothing here is like woo-woo, if you will. What I teach when it comes to gratitude, meditation, visualization, and affirmations are literally based on science, not like woo-woo, I think this works. No, it's actual scientific evidence that goes into this practice. And it's all about learning your internal language to be able to level yourself up. And so what I recommend, and it's going to be too much for me to go into these 4 things on today's training, unfortunately. This is just the framework. Obviously, you could do your own research and figure out gratitude, right? It's pretty simple. One thing I'll tell you on the gratitude piece is to make sure that you actually feel thankful for what you're doing. What this is actually training your brain to do is start to see the good in your life instead of the stressful things in your life. So you're intentionally thinking of what you're grateful for. A lot of people are like, Jason, how is this going to help me boost my metabolism, burn fat? These practices are going to scientifically help you. I'm telling you right now, these are going to help you manage your stress throughout the day when you do these things daily. And this is going to help your body continually hit that parasympathetic nervous system, which is your brake in your body. And it's going to allow your hormones to balance out, which is going to help you with your fat loss. So I can't stress, pun intended, I suppose. I can't stress this enough for you to do this. Meditation, 5 minutes a day, if you can manage. Just sit there in silence. Allow thoughts to go by, but do not let it control you. This is intentionally creating silence in your life so you can really get into your internal mind. I'm telling you, this is powerful. Just focus on your breath for 5 minutes. Do this every day, and you will see the changes for yourself. Visualization, you're going to be thinking of something anyway. We're always worrying about bills, or we're worrying about the weight that's on our body maybe, or about something else that's happening, or maybe reliving a past event. So you're going to be visualizing no matter what. You're just not intentionally visualizing. It's just happening. So if you can actually take control and intentionally think about what you want on a daily basis, like, hey, I want to be 30 pounds down, or I want to look lean and toned, or whatever it is that you want. And if you can intentionally imagine it, you are purposely now creating something inside of your body, in your nervous system. You're training your nervous system to feel the feelings of what it's going to be like. So instead of you thinking of things that are making you anxious, or things that are stressing you out or making you overwhelmed, you're now intentionally taking this stuff and you're making it to where you're feeling the feelings of joy, right? Because it'd be so freaking joyful if you actually reach your goal, or happiness, or of what real health would be like when you actually have the confidence levels that you are through the roof with how you look and feel, right? That's what this purpose is for. Again, 5 minutes is really all you need in your busy lifestyle. And then affirmations is more than just reading, like, I am confident. Like, I am, like the traditional, that doesn't freaking work. What actually works is making sure, and again, this is training your nervous system and it's training your brain to really feel into what you want, right? Because we're always talking about ourselves, and let's just be real. We are the meanest to ourselves than we would ever be to anybody else. We are always having negative self-talk pop into our head, like, oh man, I don't think I could do that. I'm not good enough for that. I can't do this. And it continually adds to our stress levels throughout the day, whether you consciously know it or not. And so this is just saying, like, actually feeling what you want, affirming what you want to be real, and actually feeling it. This will train you to your nervous system to be in control, which is going to help manage a lot of the stress and emotions that you have throughout the day. Okay, I could give you a lot more on this, but like I said, I can't go that deep dive into this today because it would take forever, and I don't want to keep you on this training that long. The fourth one, you probably know this, but you probably don't know the formula that I'm going to teach you, and it's sleep. And so if you use the formula I'm about to give you, this will help you ensure that you get quality sleep. Whether you're sleeping for 4 hours, like, the idea here is to get quality sleep, quality. So that way, when you do get to sleep, you know, you're actually getting quality behind it. Okay. Even if you got 2 hours of sleep, if you get quality 2 hours of sleep, it'll be better than having like 6 hours of crappy sleep. Okay. Because when you're not sleeping enough, this is also affecting your hormones, which therefore affect your metabolism, and it will inhibit fat burning, and it will make you feel hungrier, and you will literally burn fewer calories. So this is important to get down to. And I call it the 10-3-2-1 sleep formula. I forgot to change this on my slides. Oh, well, you get it, right? So 10 hours before bed, no caffeine. Okay. 3 hours before bed, no more heavy food or alcohol. 2 hours before bed, no more work, no more screen time, no more phones, or no, I put that for 1 hour. I would actually dial it back to 2 hours if it was me personally, but I know a lot of people like to be on their phones or watching TV. So 1 hour before bed, no more screen time. Don't engage your brain in in things like this. And then before the 0 is number of times you hit the snooze button in the morning. When you hit the snooze button in the morning, you're simply telling your brain, your subconscious brain, that you don't really care about your goals. Straight up. It's been proven. So don't hit the snooze button. Last one. This is the secret right here. This is the secret sauce. I love this. This is a secret weapon. You probably heard me talk about this recently, but this is number 5, and it's called N.E.A.T. N.E.A.T. You must be neat 30 minutes a day. You don't have to be neat 24/7. 30 minutes a day keeps the fat away. So what the heck is NEAT? Well, it's a fancy way of saying the amount of movement that you get. It's called non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's a fancy way of saying the amount of movement that you get outside of your regularly scheduled workouts. So this could be going outside for a hike. This could be for like just doing anything that's not considered a workout. Okay. If you do this every single day, Monday through Sunday, I am telling you, this is a secret weapon that a lot of people do not take advantage of in this lifetime. It will significantly increase the amount of calories you burn every week. And I'm talking significantly. Did I say that word? Significantly. You will literally be able to burn up to an extra pound of fat per week. If you just do 30 minutes a day of walking or swimming or biking or playing a sport that you like, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, a lot of people just don't do this. I myself am guilty sometimes of not doing this, and so this is a secret, because a lot of people don't do it, but it's a secret weapon. And so the power of these 5 moves, the secret is in the sauce. Okay. The best thing that no one talks about when it comes to these 5 components is when you have them working together. Yes, if you do like the first 2 alone, you'll get decent results. But when you have all 5 of them working together, not only does this rev your metabolism up, but you're going to feel amazing at all times. You'll feel more energized later on your feet. You may even start to hear people comment. I get this all the time from our clients that will be like, hey, my husband or my coworker, yada, yada, told me I'm starting to glow. And I'm like, yes, because your metabolism is running on high energy, on high gears right now. This is like what I'm passionate about doing. Okay. And so, whoa. So listen, as I alluded to earlier, these are the 5 things that you must do. Now, I always have to make an offer because this is what I do for a living, right? And so like I want to make sure that I'm actually helping you and not just like giving you information, but actually helping you. So if you're somebody that has tried this on your own for a long time and maybe you saw some good results, but maybe you're plateauing right now, or maybe you're going through that weight loss, weight gain cycle over and over again, and you're ready to have some guidance, some structure, somebody giving you the tools, giving you the support that you need, I would love to like have a conversation with you and see if it's a good fit. Now, like I alluded to at the beginning, I can't work with everybody. Like my requirements are that you're 10 out of 10 committed. My requirements are that you do have some belly fat to lose, whether it's, 10 pounds or whether it's 50 pounds, it doesn't matter, right? That's what I specialize in. So it makes sense. So if you want to sit and have a conversation, you could comment below or shoot me a message, say the words, I am next, and we can have a chat, see where you're at right now, and see if you would be a good fit to join the 90-day stubborn spot solution and become one of our next success stories. So if you have any questions for me, if you want any of the resources that I mentioned throughout this training, you know what to do. As always, I hope you have a very healthy and happy day.